This is one-on-one session with the ForumIAS founder and director 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐬𝐫𝐢𝐻𝐻𝐻. In this session, students are asked questions to test their preparedness for the personality test. One-on-one sessions are not mock panel sessions.
Vijay, are you comfortable now?
Yes, sir.
When is the date of the interview?
May 9th.
May 9th. So, Vijay, can you introduce yourself to me?
Yes, sir. So, myself, Kirthick Vijay, from a hometown called Hosur of Krishnagiri district, which is from Tamil Nadu. And I pursue my graduation in Bachelor of Technology in Horticulture from Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, Coimbatore. And my interest include indoor gardening and making upcycle craft and terrarium designing. And this is my first interviews.
Terrarium designing, was it? What is it?
Sir, terrarium is actually growing a plant inside a glass container, or any, for that matter, any sealed glass container, maybe open or out. So the art of growing plants inside a small environment is terrarium, and we usually use a gravel or any other material for the growth, and mostly it's done for an aesthetic purpose, sir.
Oh, right. So what are the challenges in growing grass or any particular plant within a glass?
Sir, first challenge is with regarding to the environment. When we grow in outdoors or any other place, the natural atmosphere is naturally attained for the plants. But when we take it to the inside the glass, it is very restricted, starting from the light or the temperature. So the challenge is in addressing that. To address that, we choose the plants which adapt to that small environment. So that is the one challenge. And regard is the growth. When we grow outside, we can able to attain the natural growth of the plant. But in the glass container, it is sealed. The growth is very limited. It is done within the space available. So these are main two constraints.
You are from Tamil Nadu.
Yes.
What are the sources of energy, power supply in Tamil Nadu?
Sir, currently now it is dependent on the thermal energy, where the most thermal source of energy, and also hydropower. We have reservoirs in Tamil Nadu, and also the renewable energy, the solar power, and also we have a Kudangalam nuclear power plant in Tamil Nadu.
So with respect to this hydropower, is it a renewable source or non-renewable source?
Sir, previously only small hydro plants were considered renewable.
Of what capacity?
Sir, I am not able to recall the capacity, but now even the large hydros have been considered as renewable source of powers.
Earlier, only small hydropower were treated as
the renewable in the scope of renewable energy. Now the hydropower entirely as a whole is considered to be renewable.
All right. And with respect to solar power, some people say that solar power is also threatening biodiversity. Can you explain to me how?
Sir, solar power, sir,
You can take your time.
Yes, sir.
It threatens. I did not say with respect to pollution. I said with respect to biodiversity. How does solar energy threaten biodiversity?
Sir, with regards to I could come up with, like, when the solar is established at the large firms, it affects instead of they are the climate, the agroforestry has been converted, or in many places in view of coming up with big solar farms, the diversity of the plants in that particular area may be affected, establishing a solar farm may disturb the ecosystem of that particular place. So I could come up with these points.
So Vijay,
Yes.
You do also indoor gardening.
Yes.
So there are certain plants which are recommended to keep in our homes, which act as repellents for mosquitoes. Can you name some such plants?
Sir, indoor plants are usually done to inhale the toxic environment in the indoor pollutant actually. Sir, with respect to mosquito, I couldn't remember the plant now exactly, but mostly indoor plants like Anthurium has a role in controlling the indoor environments. With regards to repellent, I'll study on it.
Which flower? Can you think? I'll give you a hint. It's a flower.
Presently, I'm not able to recollect.
Vijay, what are the challenges? What are the three biggest challenges before the agriculture sector?
Sir, our biggest challenge is regarding the productivity. Even though we have a million tons of production, we couldn't match up to the productivity level with the other countries. That is,
No, Vijay, but if we increase the productivity, will our farmer become richer?
sir, it's a viable way. And as the second challenge is the issue with the farmers. They were not able to reap the benefits or attain the expected income
That
out
is
of.
the challenge. Why? What is the challenge there?
Sir, the farmers are not able to market the produce they have. The yield when the produce they produce should have yielded in a better income way, but they are not able to market it so that they can fetch the price. That is one of the major challenge in agriculture. And apart from this, the land degradation of the soil which previously was very well versed, were not able to give the same yield presently. So the sustainability of the soil is another major problem in agriculture.
So you talked about productivity. If farmer produces more, then will our problem be solved?
Uh, uh, Sir, the productivity will benefit on the input side. So the problem lies on the supply side or the market side. So if the market side the problems are addressed, the farmers will be able to fetch the prices.
But Vijay, if I ask you, about two or three decades back, when we went to the fields farming, suppose we are growing brinjal. Out of 10 brinjals that grow, nearly 6 or 7 will have a hole in it with a worm inside it. So we'll discard it and keep it for the cattle. Today, out of 20 brinjals, maybe one has a hole. The rest are protected thanks to chemical pesticides and insecticides. So productivity has increased. It's not as per the Western levels. But if productivity is further increasing the productivity, the challenge, or there is some other bottleneck. And secondly, if with current levels of low productivity, if the farmer is throwing onions and tomatoes on the roads, then what will happen if we are producing more per acre?
Yes, sir. To address the first part, the productivity, I consider in terms like diversifying the fields and increasing in production. And because the most our fields are focused on many major crops, and we left out many unexplored areas even in the crops. For example, even the horticulture sector is very undermined. Even though we have tons of production, it is skewed towards some specific crops.
So, what is the reason behind it?
Sir,
Forget horticulture, even in regular, our agriculture sector is skewed in favor of some crops only, right?
yes.
What is the reason behind it?
Sir, this skewedness and uneven distribution had its root in even Green Revolution, where we focused on our attaining food security. So we have to add a need of focusing on major crops like wheat and rice. When that started, farmers went in that crop and they were comfortable with their production as they could give a minimum guaranteed amount for that crops.
Vijay, why did we let go of millets, which was a traditional food? Why did we let go of millets?
Yes, sir. It was a part of our stable diet in early days. I feel the reason was the millets left out of diet as the focus went to the food grains and other cereals crops. The more focus went on to the cereals and other crops, so the potential of the millet has gone down. But now the pace is back and we are
So was
reviving.
it a demand side problem or was it a supply side problem?
Sir, I would say both, because the behavioral change has happened because people started consuming less millets, and the dietary patterns of the people have changed. So the focus they have shifted to other foods, and because of that, the even production side also are let it down. But now it is on the positive notes.
Some people are saying, Vijay, that in India, when the West has started calling millets as the superfood, then we have started adopting it. Do you think it is true?
Sir, I don't think it in that way, sir, because millets were part of our culture itself, but only the significance has gone down. But post the year of millets in 2019 and even previous before, we have a considerable area in the production of millets. So I wouldn't say it is because of the West, because we are one of the largest producers of millets in the world. So our significance is there, but compared to the cereal crops, it was little behind. But now it's in the right phase.
You also held a special camping program on the theme Swachh Bharat. What is the logo of Swachh Bharat?
Sir, the logo is specs, and the theme which
Whose specs?
Sir, father of the nation, Gandhiji speaks, which with the idea of one step towards the cleanliness.
Vijay, should we allow same-sex marriages in this country?
Sir, with regards to that, the court has told about the individual rights have to be has to be taken care, and the individual people with respond to us to be considered, because being a citizens of India, they are also entitled to rights. So I think, as the court has mentioned, we could draw some special provisions in Special Marriage Act so that their right is also secured, sir. So we have to consider their problems and concerns also.
Vijay, why do you want to join the civil services?
Sir, I from my college days I had an idea, but during my days we had a visit in All India tour where I witnessed like the diversity of the country, and I saw the diversity the job offers, and I was able to attracted by the diversity. And another one factor is the syllabus of the exam. Actually, the knowledge we are going to gain through the process, irrespective of the result, was very exciting to me. So I started preparing for civils.
What did you choose as your option?
Agriculture, sir.
Agriculture itself. Got it. Vijay, what qualities do you think you have that will make you a good civil servant?
Sir, I feel I'm an empathetic person. I could relate to the people feelings, starting from even my family side or my fellow friends. So this quality will reflect in my job nature of civil service. And second quality, I think I'm a creative person, because even starting, I had an hobby which have to be creative. We have to be creative in that. So that creativity would help mine in understanding the problems and addressing this. And also, I'm a solution oriented person. So as a civil service, as a solution providers, I think I could cater that solution part of the problems.
All right, Vijay, your interview is over.
Thank you, sir.